Division Superintendent, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, our regional and division colleagues, honored guests, government officials, our school heads, teachers, stakeholders, partners, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2026 Panuskularan and Iyaman, whom local stakeholders convergence with the theme, Partnerships Towards a Meaningful Association for Nation Building, an acknowledgement of shared provisions of support and a continuous upholding of linkages and networks. We also warmly welcome those who are joining us virtually through the DepEd Tayo Benguet Facebook page, where this program is being streamed live. Thank you for taking the time to be part of this meaningful gathering. Today, we come together to celebrate and strengthen our partnerships, recognize the invaluable support of our stakeholders, and reaffirm our shared commitment to quality basic education in our dear province of Benguet, all for the benefit of our Benguet learners. Thank you for joining us as we continue to build stronger linkages and work hand in hand toward a brighter future for every learner. We formally begin with our program with the singing of our national six songs, opening prayer, the Benguet hymn, and the DepEd Quality Policy Statement. May we ask everyone to stand.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
O God, the creator of the heavens and the universe, you are worthy of our praises. In you alone we pray and submit ourselves, for we are nothing without you. We humbly ask for your forgiveness and mercy. Dear Lord, we gather here today with the intent of doing good in thy name. Guide us to the right path. May our efforts be blessed with insight, understanding, wisdom, and respect for all. May our deep faith in you give us strength to act honestly and well in all matters before us. Amen.
The DepEd Quality Policy Statement. Altogether, the Department of Education is committed to provide learners with quality basic education that is accessible, inclusive, and liberating through proactive leadership, shared governance, evidence-based policies, standards, and programs, responsive and relevant curricula, highly competent and committed officials, and teaching and non-teaching personnel, an enabling learning environment. The department upholds the highest standards of conduct and performance to fulfill stakeholders' needs and expectations by adhering to constitutional mandates, statutory and regulatory requirements, and sustains client satisfaction through continuous improvement of the quality management system.
Pilipinas Pledge. Panata sa Bagong Pilipinas. Bilang Pilipino, buong pagmamalaki kong isa sa buhay ang Bagong Pilipinas. Buhay sa aking dugo ang lahing dakila, magiling at may dangal. Palaging dadalhin sa puso, isip at diwa ang aking pagmamahal sa kultura at bayang sinilangan. Kaisa ng bawat mamamayan, iaalay ko ang aking talino at kasanayan sa pagpapaunlad ng aking bayan. Taglay ang galing na naaayon sa mga pandaigdigang pamantayan, magiging instrumento ako sa pagsulong ng kagalingan, karunungan at kapayapaan. Makikiisa at makikilahok ako sa mga adhikain ng pamalaan dahil ang kaunlaran ay hindi lamang responsibilidad ng iilan. Isusulong at pangangalagaan ko ang karangalan, kalayaan at interes ng aking bayang minamahal. Bilang Pilipino na may pagmamahal, pakialam at malasakit, hindi makasarili kundi para sa mas nakararami, tatahakin ko ang landas tungo sa isang bagong Pilipinas.
may now take your seats. To acknowledge our participants and share the purpose of today's gathering, may we call our Senior Education Program Specialist for Social Mobilization and Networking. Let's give a hand to Sir Arvin M. Duman.
Thank you so much, Sir Javen. Once again, pleasant morning to everyone. Our esteemed officials from the local government units, dapat ito'y local chief executives together with their Sangguniang Bayan members. To start with, the municipality of Ato. Nakita ko ni Apo Mayor Sir Simon Macyan, the Mayor of Itogon. Ato for today. Thank you so much. Of course, together with the Depot family of Ato. And for the municipality of Bacon, andun sila. Dumating na po si Mayor. Okay. Sige. Thank you so much, Bacon, for the municipality of Bukod, of which they are celebrating the Liberation Day today also. Andun yung mga provincial leaders din natin. And dito naman si Ma'am Lilian, the municipality of Bugyas. Ayun. Thank you. Municipality of Itogon 1. Municipality of Itogon. Nakuma. Tadua di district na. Dani. And thank you, the municipality of Kabayan. Together we get the Vice Mayor, thank you so much. Vice Mayor Minas, together with PSDS Pablo and the Depot team. The municipality of Kapangan. Ang dadamag lang. Thank you, sir. The municipality of Bacon. Kibungan. Thank you, sir. Dapat lang din yung municipality of Mankayan. Kawampay ni Apo Mayor. And the municipality of Sablan. Together with the municipality of Tuba, with their Honorable Vice Mayor Maria Tarantes. Thank you so much, ma'am. And of course, the municipality of Tublay. Ay natayan yun. Ay, sige, ano saan tayo tamaladlagaw kano, lagi siya umay kano ni Mayor, ni Honorable Attorney Snara. And from the office of the sorry. Meron pa pala municipality of La Trinidad. And yes, the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, kami message lang po ni our Committee Chair on Education that he is on leave. Supposedly, darating din si Sangguniang Panlalawigan member Honorable Jim Butiwe later. And for the office of the the Vice Governor, andun po sila sa Liberation Day. And we have the Governor for today, si Sir David Kabutan. Yes, andito si the Office of Vice Governor ni Madam Litisamo together with, of course, the Office of the Congressman, si Ma'am Jaira. So, kumpleto po tayo sa LGUs. We also have here the 13 Federated Presidents of the Benguet Federated Parents Teachers Association. Tumakder tayo man. Ito 14 Presidents representing the Benguet Federated PTA. Nandun po sila sa likod. Si Sir Lito from Tuba here. And our valued partners from Dagitoy government agencies, adada ditoy, dagitoy awardees tayo matlan, nga nagitaktatay. We have here the Benguet Police Provincial Office, the Task Force, thank you sir, the Task Force Unit Panagkay-Kaysa, si Colonel Mercado, kasama po natin yan sa for our peace programs. And then, andito rin po yung 513th Engineer Construction or the Nasiglat Battalion. Thank you sir. Kararating lang din po ni City Savings. Thank you so much. And Avoid This Foundation. We have also here Ma'am Lilibeth Dexy of the Pisumo Notebook 2 project. She is from SBO Baguio, the Benguet Provincial Engineering Office, the League of Associations of the La Trinidad Vegetable Trading Areas Incorporated. Meron din po tayong coming from Headcore Incorporated, Give Me a Book Foundation, Sulphur Spring Multipurpose Cooperative, Benguet Provincial Health Office, of course, andito si Dr. Dulay, the head of the Provincial Health Office, Benguet General Hospital, headed by Dr. Ulog, also, the Benguet Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office, and DPWH Bed 1. For our partner in sports also, we have also here the DJ Team Lakay. I think they're still coming. And our very own awardee from DepEd, La Trinidad, the DJ Stag. Yeah? They call themselves Stag La Trinidad. Ito yung sa pinuhon ni Sir Del. And then, the Provincial Governor's Office, Benguet Sports Complex also, yung mga kasama natin dyan. We have also the Bavesco Multipurpose Cooperative, andito po sila. The Red Cross Benguet Chapter, the Philippine Dental Association Benguet Chapter, our partners in the schools for Brigada. We also have here Chandler's Construction, kasama natin, si Christopher Wallace, Jerwin Aggregates. Ito po yung ng Alsada ni Banao Elementary School, ni Sir Jordan Durante, Fog Wang Shan Foundation also. We have also here our partners from the Academe, the Benguet State University, Main La Trinidad, Benguet State University, Puput Campus, represented by their campus administrators, Cordillera Career Development College, the San Jose School of La Trinidad Incorporated, the Hope Christian Academy, and we also have our partners in mental health, the Philippine Mental Health Association Cordillera Chapter Incorporated. Andito po sila, Luminous Psychological Services, SLU Sunflower Child and Youth Wellness Center. And then we also have our partners in ALS, the Alternative Learning System. We have the BJMP La Trinidad District Jail. Bakdat na man, sirs? Pagdaday sa likod. We have also here Benguet Provincial Jail, we have the Provincial Warden with us. Yes, sir, nandun sa likod. The Ladrina District Jail Male Dormitory. Nandito po sila. The Ladrina Municipal Jail also. We have also here the Regional Rehab Center for Youth located in Sablan. And the BJMP Bugyas District Jail. Wala pa sila. BJMP also of Bugyas with their ALS coordinator. We also have, I think wala po yung partner natin coming from the representative from the city government of Baguio. And of course, our DepEdCar family. To give a short background of our Panaskulan, together with Ma'am Carmel in 2021, we started this one. And then yung Yaman natin started in 2017. So, it is with great pride and gratitude that we are gathered today for this occasion. This is a celebration of our excellence, commitment, and collaboration in advancing quality basic education in the schools division of Benguet. Today's program, we recognize the invaluable contributions of our stakeholders and our partners who have selflessly shared their resources, expertise, time, and unwavering support in strengthening our schools and empowering our learners. Their generosity and dedication exemplify the true spirit of bayanihan and shared responsibility in education. So, as we celebrate the achievement of this year's awardees, may this occasion inspire all of us to strengthen our partnerships, sustain and share commitment, and continue building a culture of excellence, integrity, and service for the benefit of every learner. Once again, thank you for being part of this meaningful celebration. May we have a memorable, inspiring Panaskulan and Yaman Awards and recognition. Again, good morning and a pleasant day.
Thank you very much, Sir Arvin. To officially welcome everyone, it is our honor to call our officer in charge of the Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Nover Kipli S. Mente.
Thank you very much, Sir Juven. To our Honorable Congressman, Honorable Eric Cuya, duly represented by Ms. Geraldine Yang Sidayo. To our Honorable Governor, Governor Melchor Ticlas, ably represented by Sir David Cabutin, the Executive Assistant for the Governor. To our Vice Governor Marie Rose E. Fengwan Capus, ably represented by Ma'am Pearl Angeli Vicente. To our Altok Mayor, Mayor Franklin Smith, ably represented by Councilor Simon Lacyan, sir. To our Mayor from the Municipality of Tuba, Mayor Clarita Saloman, ably represented by our Vice Mayor Maria Carantes, ma'am. And of course, our Councilor William Abance. To our school heads, our respected guests, our public schools district supervisors, our education program supervisors, our partners and stakeholders, of course, our PTA officers, our colleagues in the Department of Education, and to all those that I have failed to mention. They were mentioned earlier. Good morning to one and all. On behalf of the Schools Division of Benguet, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to this school year 2026 Panaskulan and Yaman Partnership Activity As mentioned earlier, this is our annual recognition ceremony in DepEd Benguet and this year's Stakeholders Convergence and Education Forum. Today's gathering is a meaningful occasion that brings together our education leaders, our partners and stakeholders in one shared commitment, and that is to strengthen our collaboration, recognize excellence, and sustain the network of support that help our schools and learners thrive. Your presence today is a proof to the value of our partnerships in advancing our common goal of quality education for every learner in our schools division of Benguet. This event also gives an opportunity to express our sincerest appreciation, of course, to our partners and to our stakeholders whose unwavering support continues to make a difference in our schools and, of course, in our communities. Through your shared time and resources, as well as commitment, you basically help turn our educational aspirations into a reality. May this forum inspire us to deepen our collaboration, strengthen our shared responsibility, and renew our commitment to the Department of Education's initiatives, and especially the implementation of the 3-term calendar and other meaningful reforms. As you have noticed, in the Department of Education, we have a lot of policy reforms that we would like our stakeholders to be involved in, because basically DepEd alone cannot do it. With your help, we are sure that we will be able to implement our policy reforms smoothly at the grassroots level that would impact a huge learning impact or learning outcomes to our learners. We want this basically to have a meaningful impact so that it could also change the course of direction among our Benguet learners for a better future. Once again, welcome to all of you and thank you for being with us today. And together, let us make the celebration both meaningful and memorable. Maraming salamat po and a pleasant morning to everyone.
Thank you, Sir Mete, for your warm welcome. Partnership becomes stronger when we work together. To deliver the message of solidarity, may we welcome the Provincial Governor Executive Assistant, Sir David Cabutin.
So, good morning to each one of you. Nasyak kaya basit. Kaya mo bitawan i-part ko, but anyway, just reiterate, especially the message of our beloved Governor, especially to the Department of Education, Division of Benguet. The Governor said that it is always, especially in the program of the provincial government, especially the Healthcare Benguet. Education is one of the important programs of the province. So the Governor assured to you his full support, especially on your programs. And also, he admonished to each one of us to continue our collaboration with one another for the sake of our own children, especially here in Benguet. So with this, the Governor also prayed for us that our nation be fruitful through the blessing of our Almighty God, Father in heaven. So once again, to all of us, have a blessed day and good morning.
Thank you, Sir Cabutin, for your message and for your presence. To help us understand the objectives of today's activity and give us the overview of the convergence, let's give a hand to our Chief Education Supervisor for Curriculum Implementation Division, Sir Aladdin M. Dupinto.
Good morning, everyone. So, greetings to one and all. So, may I just allow me to borrow the greetings by our previous speakers. Baka may makalimutan ako. So, how are you today? Fine. Okay. So, looking at your the persons beside you, may kakaiba? Meron? Ay, wala. So baka di nyo ma-recognize yung mga iba. Okay. So anyway, yung mga katabi ninyo, especially yung mga galing sa schools, they are our awardees. So this morning, we are having this local stakeholders convergence and education forum, which serves as a strategic platform that brings together our local chief executives and education leaders. We have also partner agencies and other stakeholders to strengthen collaboration in ensuring the effective delivery of quality basic education across schools divisions of Benguet. So this was already reiterated. We will just like to reiterate this, like what our ESD said a while ago. So the forum aims to provide updates on significant DepEd policies, programs, and reforms that directly affect the local governance and school operations. Among the key discussions are the implementation of the three-year or three-term school calendar. We have also updates on education in emergencies to ensure learning continuity during disasters and other crises. And of course, we have also the current status of school infrastructures and facilities. So this will be presented to us by our own schools division superintendent later. Likewise, recognizing that education is a shared responsibility, this forum also provides an avenue for each municipal mayor, together with our public schools district supervisors, to present their municipalities' initiatives, accomplishments. We have also the challenges and priority actions on school security and safety. These reports will highlight collaborative efforts in disaster preparedness. We have also child protection, peace and order, and school safety measures, including infrastructure support and other interventions that contribute to safe, resilient, and learner-centered schools. So ultimately, this convergence seeks to strengthen partnership between DepEd and our local government units in order to promote shared accountability, align local education priorities with national policies. We have mobilized resources and reinforce the collective commitment of all stakeholders towards achieving inclusive, safe, resilient, and high quality education for our learners. So likewise, this convergence serves also as an opportunity to recognize our partners who have been supporting our schools for the betterment of our learners, and also to recognize our schools who did their very best in the implementation of the Brigada Eskwela program in partnership that contributed to the readiness of the school for the beginning of the school year. So, of course, we have school heads here who will be receiving the awards for their school. So, yung iba naka-dress to kill. Are you still fine? Can you still breathe? O, baka naman masyadong tighten yung mga dress ninyo. Okay, so hopefully you are comfortable with your attires. So mahaba-haba pa yung usapan. So once again, congratulations to our awardees. So without further ado, you have to brace yourselves, sit back, listen carefully to the updates, and you may ask questions later during the open forum. Again, also, thank you very much to all our partners, to the LTU, PTA, partner agencies, and all stakeholders who are around. So with this, thank you very much, and good morning to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Aladdin. To provide important updates from the Schools Division Office of Benguet, it is our pleasure to invite our dear Schools Division Superintendent. Let's give a hand to Ma'am Carmel F. Marys.
Thank you, Joven. Good morning. I hope everybody's fine. You're still breathing according to our chief. So, may we all clap for one another? So we start the day brightly, no? Sige. So may I present to you a glimpse of where each district or municipality is in terms of education. The status indicators will keep us on track with our plans and programs and will help us see where our resources are mostly needed and which resources should be deployed or appropriated rightly and efficiently. We start with the enrollment status. So currently, Benguet Division serves a total of 89,095 learners across all levels, that's elementary, junior high school, and senior high school. A breakdown of the enrollment by level shows that elementary has 50,134 learners, representing the bulk of our learner population. Junior high school has 28,994 learners. Senior high school, 9,967 learners, with La Trinidad as the largest district by far, topping enrollment across all levels with an overall total of 24,720 learners. In terms of performance, we have here consolidated data of the assessments. First, on ELNA. ELNA is Early Language Literacy and Numeracy Assessment, which is given to grade 3. This is based on the 2025 results. So there's a positive trend. Our grade 3 learners achieved an overall mean percentage score of 63.07%, which is a steady increase from 2024. That's a 3.22 increase, and 2022 giving us a 7.33% increase. English remains our strongest learning area at 69.15%. Followed by numeracy at 59.34% and Filipino at 58.64%. On NAT, that's National Achievement Test, given to grade 12 in March 2026, our grade 12 overall NPS saw a notable decline. So this is where our concern is. Dropping to 41.38%, that's a decrease of 6.54 from 2024. In terms of subject breakdown, we have weak at communication as the highest performer, 45.58%, Mathematics as the lowest with 34.08%. In terms of the comparison between our performance in the Division of Benguet to the regional and national performance, despite local declines, Benguet continues to outperform both regional and national averages across both assessments. Palakpak naman dyan. With Benguet having 63.07% versus CAR, the overall CAR performance of 57.61, and the Philippine performance 53.48. In terms of performance indicators, we start with the completion rate. When we say completion, this is comparing the total graduates of a specific grade level over the total enrollees in that grade level 5 or 4 years ago. No? So for completion rate, we are improving for the elementary level. Also for the secondary level, there's an upward trend from 81 to 86%. On the dropout rate, there's good news because it's generally easing, especially at the secondary level. So from 1.65% in 2024 to 0.97%. So that's good news. I hope this will not increase this full year, no? Meaning the dropout rate. On senior high school graduate pathways, so we have how many pathways? 4, no? We have higher education, 3. Higher education, employment, and entrepreneurship. So looking at the data, you please find your districts where you stand. So the key takeaway, no? Most graduates pursue higher education. Almost 8 out of 10 senior high school graduates continue to college. That's 78.8%. From the 4,546 total senior high school graduates that we have, a small portion enters employment. So 5.7% of our graduates join the workforce immediately after senior high school graduation. Entrepreneurship has room to grow because only 2.4% of the graduates engage in entrepreneurship ventures. So what is our key message? We strengthen career readiness, industry partnership, and entrepreneurship partnership programs to broaden pathways for our graduates. But we're happy that most of our graduates pursue higher education. On deployment, currently, we have deployed already 271 teaching positions. That's teacher 1, no? 270 teacher 1 items and 1 teacher 4. Teacher 4 is the entry position for special education teachers. There's an ongoing assessment for AO2, TDO1, Principal 1 positions, 103 for AO2, 41 for PDO1, and 109 Principal 1 positions. This is very timely with the issuance of the NASH passers. We have 79 Domain 3 passers for NASH, 15 Domain 2 passers, no? So if you will get the total of that, kulang pa siya sa 109. Ayun kung saan magagaling yung iba na para ma-fill upan yung principal one items na 109. And we just received also new items to be downloaded to Benguet on for guidance associates. The salary grade 11, we have 35 for SDO Benguet. So yung mga may anak dyan na psychology graduate or behavioral science graduates na nakapag-board, no? Or kasi for behavioral science, hindi siya board course. So, at least naka-civil service. So, paghandaan nyo na, abang-abangan nyo ang ating website sa DepEd Benguet for the application. No? In terms of infrastructure, as of July 2025, our total classroom shortage stands at 916, made up of 579 based on enrollment and 337 classrooms needed due to buildings that are condemned or in poor condition. Against that need, the completed ongoing and incoming projects from 2023 through 2026 total only 492 classrooms, which means we are covering roughly half of the identified gap, and districts like the Trinidad and Itogon remain our most urgent priorities. And that's why we thank our stakeholders here, like City Savings and our Philippine Army, for helping us with filling up the gaps, no, in our classroom needs. We have 26 classrooms funded in 2023, 134 in 2024, and 49 in 2025. Covering such schools as Kagiing Integrated School, Taclan National High School, and Binan National High School. Separately, our Last Mile Schools initiative has funded 134 classrooms, mostly situated in hard-to-reach areas or the last mile schools, showing our continued push to reach the most remote communities. On digitization, we are proud to share that 98% of our targeted schools are now connected to the internet, signaling a massive leap forward in our ICT modernization. And we thank our provincial government and the ICT, for this initiative, even the DepEd also. For the remaining batch of schools still undergoing installation, our target completion timeline is set for the end of this month. High-speed internet and ICT facilities have been established in vital campuses, including Lamayan, Balili, Ambusongan, Patpatkalabis, Pugo Elementary School, James Mocate, Binan, Alno, and several other schools. Our immediate focus is on a dedicated follow-up regarding the utilization of these installed facilities. We must ensure that teachers and students are actively and safely and effectively incorporating these digitization tools into their daily teaching and learning activities. Moreover, part of our target sites, we have successfully activated several hubs across districts. Bukod leading with 30 out of 38 activations, Mangkayan with 18, Atop with 18, this is on the Bayanihan SIM, creating a unified communication, rapid information sharing, and seamless resource mobilization during typhoons and calamities. On security, safety, and well-being. So we have this DepEd Order number 6 series of 2026, which mandates or which encourages the schools to implement routine bag inspections at school gates to prevent weapons or hazardous materials from entering the campuses. And these inspections must be conducted respectfully and by authorized personnel only, with the exemption of our teachers. That's why we need a partnership again, of our local units. On the wellness side, our ONCABAY program, ONCABAY means, it's a Dipoloy term, meaning to grow vigorously. This has been running since 2023, and this provides counseling, psychosocial support, and suicide prevention intervention services to our learners. This is handled by our youth formation and our guidance counselor in the division of Benguet. On updates, these are just a few of our updates. We are proud to announce the approval and implementation of integrated schools, renaming, change of status, and establishment of schools, effective school year 2026-2027. Ito ba kayong mga ibang officials natin in the municipalities ay hindi pa aware? For our integrated schools, we have Labilab Integrated School in Itogon 1. It has started this school year. Damaso Comines Integrated School in Itogon 2, that's in Tabu. Remember where the photographers were drowned? That's the school where they went. No? That's Damaso Comines. It's now an integrated school. Tanag Integrated School in Mangkayan. Colalo Integrated School, also in Mangkayan. Bagday, Charosas, Lamsis Integrated School in Tuglay. On establishment, we have the Alternative Learning System Senior High School in Taloy Sur National High School, Tuba. So we already have two AL Senior High School offerings, no? One here in Benguet National High School and another one in Tuba. On renaming, we have one in Kibungan from Polis Barrio School. It's now renamed to Paldo Bapsaay Elementary School. So baka hanapin ninyo, asan ba yung Paldo Bapsaay? That's formerly Polis Barrio School in Kibungan. On change of status, these were the schools that were renamed from barrio or primary schools to elementary schools, no? So we have Sakdaan Elementary School, Taplo Primary School, Nowhere Primary School but Elementary School, Gasal Elementary School, Lesteng, Takbak, Tonggay, all in Kibungan. And we have one in Kapangan, that's Pakawan Elementary School, formerly Pakawan Barrio School. So we see here, I don't know if you can see where our region sits in terms of struggling readers, no? Our region sits at the very bottom of this list alongside NCR. It's good news. With only 5% prevalence rate and just 4,000 struggling readers, marami pa rin yun, which reinforces the ELNA gains highlighted earlier and shows that Benguet literacy interventions are working relative to the rest of the country. So thank you to our teachers, our schools, and of course our partners in this endeavor. Yeah. So we're proud of that, no? The next update here is the most talked about update, the trimester school calendar. Totoo po siya, hindi po siya fake news. Kasi yung mga iba, di pa daw i-implement dahil hindi pa daw siya totoo. Totoo na po siya, Ma'am Christine. This is a trimester school calendar. So we have a total of 201 class days this school year, divided into 3 terms only. Hindi na po siya 4, kaya po 3 terms. We are on the first term. This is the ongoing instructional block for the first term that runs from June 15 to September 1 of this year. After the first term, after the instructional block comes the enrichment or the end of the year, end of the term block, which would run from September 2 to 15, and this ends, the first term will end on September 15. The rest of the schedules are presented to you. So what are we telling here? For the instructional block, there's a mandate not to disrupt classes. That's why we're sorry for our stakeholders who have invitations for our teachers and learners to join in relevant activities. We cannot really allow them because they have to focus on teaching and learning for this period until September 1. So I hope you will understand why we decline invitations for our teachers and students during the instructional block. Even travels abroad of our teachers are not allowed, Non-teaching pwede pa, pero for our teachers, sorry, we cannot allow them to go out. They can only perhaps join relevant activities during the end of the term block, which would run from September 2 to 15. But again, you have to coordinate with the school because in this period, there are activities also that they have to accomplish, like checking of the test papers because that's the end of the term, computing grades, joining insets or lock sessions, and there is that wellness break for our teachers of 4 days within the end of the term block, for which they cannot again be disturbed. I think it's 2 days, 2 days for our teachers and 4 days for our learners. Okay, so within the September 2 to 15, meron pa rin wellness break yung ating teachers na 2 araw at 4 days para sa ating mga bata. If you'll have questions or clarifications later, I'll be asking the team to answer. Next, this is education in emergencies, So we have a framework, that's the 4H emergency framework, yung hayo, hinga, hinay, at hinto. But before that, let's look at the colors, the color-coded rainfall warnings. So when it's yellow color, meaning suspensions are left to the discretion of the local government or the school heads. Granular na po ngayon ang suspensions unless like for the previous week ay may declaration ng ating local municipality, of La Trinidad for suspension of classes in La Trinidad. Okay? For orange, if there's a warning of orange color, rainfall color, that means there's automatic suspension of classes, ALS program, including ALS programs. For red, lahat na po, Even word. Absolute automatic suspension of all classes, ALS, and office work. Anong ibig sabihin ng 4H? Habang nakasuspinde, or hayo meaning to continue or normal pa rin yung klase, no? Ibig sabihin walang suspension dito, hayop. Hinga, check-in stage, prioritizing mental health. So this happens when there's a declaration of orange rainfall. O noon ay signal number 2, signal number 3. Hinto, hinay, eases to lower pace distance learning. So merong mga activities na ipapauwi ang ating mga teachers for our students to work on. Hinay, no? Usually this happens when there's a declaration of yellow rainfall. Hinto, pag red, meaning itigil lahat, no? Even yung paggawa ng worksheets, working on the worksheets, no? So that's how the education and emergencies look like. This is again a new policy of the Department of Education. So for future directions, these are only 3 or 4 of our aspirations. I don't like to overwhelm everyone. So first one is the professional development for teachers as well as coaches. There will be a MOA signing with a private entity, no, who will provide professional development for the teachers in our schools so that they can become wellness coaches. And this is under the 1 milyong gabay program to be funded by our provincial government. Another that we're looking into, sports, music, and arts activities heightened in schools. So we're looking into allowing time after classes on Fridays for sports, for music, for arts activities in schools. Perhaps this could ease up our mental health challenges, no, in the schools, and it can also improve their academic performance. So we're looking into service providers for sports, for music, and for arts. The third one, transition program institutionalized for our learners with disabilities. This is really a concern, especially now that we have inclusive education. So we propose for a transition hub for every district that will be supported through providing vocational skills training and equipment. And the last but not least, green school practices to be sustained by integrating waste management, energy efficient, and climate responsive initiatives in schools, and for our LGU, if we can push for circular economy, just like that practice in Baguio City. This is our synthesis slide. It doesn't introduce new data, but reframes everything already presented into one guiding roadmap for the division going forward. And we call this Benguet's Pathway to Excellence through a DeVry, because we envision accessible learning for all, development of STEM and innovation among our learners, indigenous culture, identity, and values integrated into their lessons, sustaining vibrant learning environment, advancing our teachers' capacity so that the future of our learners will become brighter and we will produce happy and healthy Benguet learners. Iyaman, good morning.
Thank you very much to our dear STS, Ma'am Maris. Again, let's give a hand to our STS for providing us updates. We are now ready, and we are now shall proceed with the open forum and our stakeholders dialogue. So this is an opportunity for everyone to ask questions, share ideas, and express their concerns. We've asked our SDS from Cardinal Affairs to be on stage, along with our ASPS Sir Nover Implemente, and our chiefs for CID and SGOD, Sir Lucio Alawas and Sir Alvin M. Tolino. May we request Ma'am Lorna M. Yaco to facilitate our dialogue.
Thank you, Sir Juven. Please come up stage, sirs and ma'am. The thrones are waiting in front. Good morning! Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. You are very serious, ladies and gentlemen. From the presentations of our Schools Division Superintendent, please get ready with your clarifications or supplementations. First, volunteer po from our dear partners. No, do not look at me. Just raise your hand and we will go to you. Okay, since wala pong nag-raise ng hand, mauuna daw po si Sir Henry Tinaza. Sir, pakibigay yung mic. Nasaan yung mga kasama kong facilitator? Para may question si Sir Henry kanina. Sir Henry from the District of Tuba. Ay, wala. Nag-high lang siya. Oh, pasensya na po. Sa atok muna. Saan po yung atok? Nakita po ninyo yung performance presentation kanina ng District of Atok? Tama po ba yung na-present? Morning, Councilor. Mamaya daw po. From Bacon. Hala? Meron. Okay po. Sige po, ma'am.
Good morning, Magtas. Good morning, Ma'am Lorna. Good morning to our higher-ups. I would just like to ask kung kailan po maaalis or hindi na po maaalis ang DAP, Division Achievement Test po.
Good morning, ma'am. As to the DAP, according to Sir Garson, for this school year, baka hindi mo na itandak yung DAP kasi marami pa tayong assessment like RAT and NAT, we have also needed, and para hindi masyadong mahirapan yung mga learners natin. But anyway, tingnan muna natin yung mga, kasi doon sa assessment kasi marami na tayong assessment. But accordingly, kasi pang grade 5 lang yun at saka pang grade 9. Baka kasi yung parang sinasabi niya noon, if in case matanggal yung RAT, baka yung data ilagay natin sa exit doon sa grade 6 at saka sa grade 10. However, since meron pa rin RAT, baka differ muna yung data for this school year.
Any follow-up po? Nag-thumbs up si ma'am. Next. Okay po, from the PTA Federation Group.
Hello, good morning, everyone. PJ presentation ni Ma'am Tatay. Tiktikan ni Kaslangawan ti Sumberkan ti PTA. Iso agawan ti Sumberkan ni niya tumulungan kakasjay. Kano awan oray awan ng organization ti PTA James Pilar. Paglawan ti problema nga akol kolekta.
Good morning, our representatives, especially from the PTA Federation. No apay nga hanga na inayin ng PTA kantay kasi automatic ang aming nagiging indicators pumasok di parents in jaya. Anyway, that will be part of my ways forward mamaya. Saan ba tayo papasok sa mga indicators? We will be citing some possibilities of which everyone, especially our PTA, can provide the needed support. Sige. Now just to answer you partially, for example, sa infra, you can already see the need of our schools. Mapabot na manuwa classrooms, ipasapura ng entire division hindi ganyan. And again, we are very much thankful for the initiatives of some of our municipalities taking the burden to construct their own classrooms. At dati nakikita ng schools na parents hindi construct isa na classroom. Lagi dyan, PTA. And I asked the school head, nag-alam nyo nag-ipundo yun, hindi narami nyo nag-volunteer kami na nag-contribute isa 2,000. So, diyan hindi ba, diyan hindi, may isang example of which mapalit tayo na sustain na gitay. Sige, nayaran tayo maramdaman na gitay. Baka papatay pa yung curriculum side, papatay dyan ni Ayabak ni Chief Curriculum Division.
As to curriculum, nagtatlo di atom yung mga parentes kasi we are talking about performance of our learners. So when it comes to performance, na-present ba din kung mga nila lumadat tayo about that, about RAP, or that is the Division Achievement Test, Regional Achievement Test, and we have National Achievement Test. Nagtatlo ba itulong yun dyan, especially in the assistance or orientation, and we are not talking about money, but we orient our the different your schools, yung mga parents in the different schools, no ano yung ikastada ng mga assistar at ibay uupin tayo. Because amo tayo mahaan nga ang aming nga parents that makimit-meeting di school, so ada kayo nga PTA Federation, itumulong ng mga orient at ibay different parents in the different schools. Tatlo amo tayo ikastada tayo mga assistar at ibay learners. And of course, we all know that your learners are participating in the different academic contests, including co-curricular, and your support is very much helpful. Tatlo makaparticipar na biyay o upin tayo in the different academic activities. Thank you.
Adapay, kakadua tayo na ida, PTA Federation, Sir Joseph Balong Amin. Madam na Mamana. Thank you, sirs and madams.
And good morning. So, in addition sa mga sinabi ni Sir Aladdin and Sir Alawas, earlier this month, we had the launching of the pilot implementation of our Kaagapay program. So, although it's a pilot program consisting of 15 pilot schools in the schools division of Benguet, it's actually a support mechanism to our schools, involving the active participation of our parents and the Teachers Association to guide our learners, particularly to lessen bullying. Yan. Isa po yun yung kasi pagka may bullying in classes, definitely that will affect the learning performance of our students, causing the dropouts of learners. Yan yung worst cases. And kung nakikita po natin, even in the news, one of the major problems in schools is talaga yung bullying problems. Also, with the help of our PTA officers, we can also assist our teachers to enforce positive discipline na napaka-importante sa ating mga classroom. Because we need to involve, we need to let our learners as well know their rights as well as their responsibilities. So with the help of our parents, guiding their children, even at home, the home is the first learning atmosphere or first learning avenue for our children, then makakatulong po ng malaki ito sa discipline na meron sila doon sa ating mga schools.
Thank you, Sir ASDS. Someone was raising her hand a while back from the District of Tuba. Please carry on.
Good morning. This is regarding yung podcast sana, sir. So, anong gagawin namin doon? Kasi, as of now, yung parental consent na naibigay na ng mga nurses noong enrollment and then noong general PTA meetings, most of the parents are hesitant na ibalik yung mga parental consent. Thank you.
Yeah. Faculty effect, the nangyaring incident and incident in one of the provinces in our country, of which after the learner took the pangpurga, nataymutin ni Jeubing. So this alarmed many of our parents. But we would like to wait for the investigation kasi they are claiming that that is a very remote case. So they are looking into the background of it. Baka nagsakit yung ubing before na nag-purgay dyan. Or it siguro orayin talaga yung investigation na mangyari. Kasi it is not good to conclude immediately na delikado ba yung pagka diyan. So again, we are waiting for the result of the investigation so that we will continue that purga activity. We have a very good intention for that. Pero ada nangyari din mo kasi. So again, if the result of the investigation is telling us that there are other reasons why that resulted to that incident, then that should be one of the reasons to convince our parents that we will still continue. And I believe the DOH is doing their part also on how to look into this matter.
Thank you, Sir Lucio. Any follow-up po regarding the issues ni Purga? Loud and clear. Okay, next. From Bukod Sulphur Spring Cooperative. Agyusimagan no piga idunit, Jun. Ay, kasadamdaman ninyo tatay, ma'am, nung manubati idunit yun. Sige, madamdam. Iba nga madamdaman, nung manumarigo di kasabulan. Next po, anyone from our partners? If you wanna ask how much you wanna give to our learners, we can do it privately. Saan na tayo nag-stop? Sa Bacod and Bukod. Going to Bukod. Bukod! Hi! Hi, sir! Ibigay mo kay sir. Kasi nag-raise siya ng kamay.
As of now, our concern is the health of our teachers. Ma'am, we have, as of now, we have 9 cancer patients, teachers of breast cancer patients. They are 9, and some of them, we have 2 already who were on leave to have their chemotherapy sessions, and that's why I was asking a substitute for the other one. But the other one, I borrowed a teacher from the other school to take her place. And we also have 3 cases of chronic kidney disease, all teachers. How can, are they given a substitute if they will file their leave, ma'am? One already filed, but I borrowed a teacher from the other school to take her place.
Thank you for airing that concern. We noticed that when the division went around for the Auckland Balik Eskwela, and that was one of the major feedback. Perhaps we can ease out our internal guidelines on providing substitute, and prioritize these teachers.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, Bukod. Going once, going twice, Bugias.
Ma'am Lorna, for the information of the others about the substitute, we are really looking into the schools na talagang, or in districts, wherein yung mga ibang district kasi may mga excess teachers. So yung mga excess teachers, you will for the meantime be borrowed to the schools kung saan may mag-leave na teacher. However, kung talagang walang available na mag-relieve, then that's the time na we will recommend for a substitute teacher. Kasi nakita natin doon sa presentation ni planning before during our MANCOM that there are excess teachers. May mga schools pa na 2 ang relieving teachers. There are also high school na may mga excess yung mga major. So we can borrow that to other schools, especially yung mga ganong cases. So lahat ng mga recommendations, we already inform our PSDSS to have first the recommendation to the district. So lahat ng mga school heads, if you have teachers who propose to have leave, especially yung mga ganyan for medication or maternity, paki-forward muna sa district supervisor for validation before coming here to the district para dito sa division, para hindi kami yung tatawag-tawag doon sa mga schools kung talagang walang available na relieving teacher. So lahat po ng request ninyo for our recommendation ninyo for substitute, dadaan muna sa mga district heads. Yun po yung agreement natin with the different district heads para hindi ibalik yung mga recommendation ninyo from the division office to the district office. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Al. Paki-follow up na lang, Ma'am Lilian, kay Sir Chief and sa personnel. Thank you so much. Last 2 questions. Last 2 questions. Si Councilor Simon. Yan. Hi, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Ma'am, dito sa typhoon signal, dito tayo sa Ayong. Walang bagyo, malakas ang pagtulan na nararamdaman. Walang suspension. Karamihan dito, ma'am, nung hindi pa ako, nung tayo-tayo pa, may mga tanong dito. No taon na tayo piman, parents discretion. No dapat yung absent nga ubing na nuja ispilan adalah talaga nearby houses niya, so sumulak tayo yung ubing. Gamjay medyo at tayo, di parents discretion handa nga umunag. Ma'am, and sirs, how is that? Are they considered absent? Kaysa nga mo nag-consider na ba nga absent by your teacher? Thank you very much.
Based on DepEd Order 14 po, 2026, pag talagang, kasi under HAYO, doon sa Force na Edge, tuloy po yung klase, di ba? Kasi wala pong mga weather disturbances or other disaster. So punta tayo sa Hinay, doon po yung may declaration ang local executive. However, yung tanong ni Sir, pag hindi na-declare pero malakas yung ulan, discretion po ng parents, yan nasa DepEd Order 14 po yan. Discretion po ng parents na hindi papuntahin yung learner, lalong-lalo na pag malayo yung panggagalingan ni learner. Now, hindi po siya considered na absent for as long as bibigyan ni teacher siya ng mga activities for homeschooling or for home activities. So, yun po yun. Kasi mayroon naman siyang gagawin sa bahay. Kaso lang, pag talagang hindi ginawa ni learner yung pinagawa ni teacher, so wala siyang isasabi, parang absent na rin. Kaya yun po yung orientation natin po sa mga parents natin na pag may mga ganong sitwasyon na hindi po makakapunta yung learner, dapat alis po yung ating mga teachers at saka yung ating mga school heads to provide activities. Hindi ibig sabihin na you will give mga modules or what, any activity on learning. Pwede namang you can read stories at home pag wala kang nauwi na module, then give a reflection, mga ganun. Ang mahalaga ay may activity si learner. So, pag sinabit nyo po niya yung kanyang mga activity na pinagawa po ni teacher, hindi po siya considered na absent. Kasi mayroon po siyang activity. So yung local executive po natin, kasama po dun si Mayor, si Governor. However, doon po sa level ng mga schools, kasi in the different municipalities, hindi po pare-pareho yung weather condition. So I will give you an example of Tibungan. Pag may typhoon sa Visayas at Mindanao, malakas ang ulan at hangin sa Madaymon. Pero malakas din ang sikat ng araw sa poblasyon. Correct ba, Tibungan? Ayun, approve. Kasi nanggaling ako dyan sa district na yan. So, yun, hindi po pare-pareho. That's why, the schools, sabi doon sa DepEd Order 14, the school can declare class suspension, pero dapat in coordination with the barangay council or barangay LGU. But, of course, the school head, i-report niya kay mayor or pati si barangay, i-report kay DRRM sa LGU. Si school head naman mag-report kay STS o kay PSTS din to STS na mag-class suspension sila because of the weather condition. So yun po. So may discretion po ng school na mag-declare ng class suspension kasi yun ang sitwasyon sa kanilang school or within their barangay. So yung mag-declare po ng class suspension, alam po naman natin na pag signal number 2, ano ang automatic na suspended? Suspended ang kinder to grade 10. Pag signal number 1 po, kinder lang po. Di ba? Pag signal number 3 po, that is work and class suspension until grade 12 or pati sa college. Pero nasa DepEd tayo kaya kinder to grade 12 po pag signal number 3. Pero there are times na kahit signal number 1, may signal number 1 na malakas ang sikat ng araw, may signal number 1 na malakas ang ulan. So yun po yung discretion ni school head with the barangay council and the chief executive sa munisipyo, si mayor, with the DRRM, and with the public school district supervisor. Kaya si district supervisor dapat i-coordinate din kay mayor if we are going to suspend the class for the whole district. Pero pag selected lang yung barangays na affected, si school head lang at saka si barangay ang mag-suspend, i-report kay municipal mayor at saka PSDS para punta naman yung report kay PSDS. So yun po yung gagawin natin. So, pero pag mag-declare po kayo ng class suspension, dapat at least 4 to 5 a.m. or 4 to 5 in the morning. Hindi po 7 o'clock kasi nakarating na po yung mga learners sa school. So if you are going to declare class suspension, at least 4 o'clock to 5 sana. Yun po. Kasi alam natin, yung mga learners natin na manggagaling sa malayo, 5:30, naka-start na yan. Baka on the way na sa school. Thank you.
May I also inform you further na yung 4H na framework na yon is not only context bound. So meaning hindi lang siya talking about local suspensions. It also tells our teachers to look into the situations of the children. So halimbawa kahit hinay yun, no? Nung suspension yun, na number 1, a kinder. Kahit hinay siya, di ba magpapauwi kayo ng learning activity sheets for them to work on, or magpapa-online meron kayong online classes like that. Titignan nyo rin kung yung mga bata ay mayroong means, no? Meron ba silang connectivity? Pwede ba talaga silang mag-work ng worksheets nila? Kung hindi pwede kasi na-landslide doon sa area nila, no? So, pwede rin na kahit nakahinay, pwedeng hinto doon sa batang yun. So, ibig sabihin, wala muna siyang work, no? But when he comes to school or she comes to school, that's when you give the work. So that's how you see the framework, no? It's very, very context-bound and learner-friendly.
In addition, we already informed our PSDSS and of course the school heads, last year pa ito na information sa inyo, di ba? That at the beginning of the quarter, you should have distributed already learning resources to the learners so that pag nagkaroon ng class suspension, mayroon silang learning resources sa bahay. Kung hindi nyo nagawa, mas mabuti you have to distribute learning resources every Friday. Kasi pag nagka-class suspension sa Monday, wala na kayong time na magbigay. So at least Friday meron na silang na i-uwi na activities. So yun po yung isa doon. So yung sabi ko ni Ma'am kanina, doon sa hinay, mayroon pa rin activities yung mga learners natin. Kaya mas mabuti ipauwi ninyo yung mga ibang learning activities na gagawin sa bahay. Kasi yung hinay kasi nakasali dito yung signal number 1, signal number 2. Okay, so mayroon pa rin, tuloy pa rin yung learning sa bahay. Pero pag naging hinga, pwede pa rin may mga activities. Pero kung talagang yung sabi nga ni Ma'am Ardino, ni Ma'am Estela, pero tingnan ninyo, baka naman malakas yung ulan, wala palang hindi pala maganda yung area ni learner, kahit tumutulo yung bahay, hinto muna sa kanila. So parang yun yung sinasabi ni Ma'am kanina. So tingnan muna ninyo, kaya yung inuulit natin during our orientation on the pre-term school year, at saka doon sa start of the school year na opening block, you should have oriented or you should have profiled your learners. Dapat alam niyo yung profile ng mga learner ninyo ay yung sitwasyon nila sa bahay para alam niyo kung bibigyan niyo pa sila ng mga activities. May tutulong ba sa bahay pag nagkaroon ng mga home activities. So dapat profiling po ng learners ang importante para alam natin kung paano natin matutulungan yung ating mga learners. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And ma'am, thank you, Councilor. May nakapila
Okay,
pong
so
question.
we have a question from Regional BGM. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. As parent myself, it is our concern the public safety and security dagiti ubing tayo and the parent the teachers as well niya. And hindi po lingid sa ating mga kalaman yung mga shooting incidents and stabbing incidents na nangyari sa mga other regions. Mapalinga mamuan ni Ma'am Sir no the plan of actions in the schools tayo to address these issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for bringing that out. Yes. If you have seen the DepEd order a while ago, no, we have instructed our schools to ensure safety in their premises. First by yung pagkakapkap, no? So, inalaw namin ang schools to undergo or to implement that measure with the help of barangay officials and the PTA also. Kasi hindi pwede ang teacher o yung estudyante na magkapkap. Meron kasing story na nag-volunteer yung ating mga officers, student officers, no, to do the kapkap, but that is not allowed. So the schools are partnering with their local officials in this regard. And of course, that's one thing we are looking into already, yung integrating yung the drill, no? Hindi lang siya earthquake drill, kundi drill din on these matters when violence strikes. That's where we also, so it's timely that you're here. If we can ask, although there is already a letter that I have received from the police force requesting that your visibility already will be allowed in the schools, no? And that is very helpful. Thank you for that. We request also na if you can help us in the drill, if we can capacitate us, the school personnel in the drill, how can we comply with what is expected in situations when violence strikes. So we ask the help from the uniformed people, please. Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you, sirs. In as much as we want to accommodate further questions, we are very sorry. Please follow and like our Facebook page, DepEd Tayo Benguet. The details of the schools division officer there. Email us at benguet@deped.gov.ph, or we are also in Instagram, DepEd Tayo Benguet. Thank you so much. Please, you may go back to your seats po, ma'am and sirs. Sir Joven, take it away.
Thank you to our division leaders and to those who actively participated in our dialogue. To summarize our discussions and present our next steps, may we welcome again the Chief Education Supervisor for Schools Governance Operations Division. Let's give a hand to Sir Lucio B. Alawas.
Our precious partners in Benguet in pursuit of relevant and quality education. Good morning. APP Forum, magtatal na kayo amin. Kastansamat ka nun din taga Benguet, kaya mayat na kaya na-question that. So, as we continue this meaningful recognition program today with an open forum, we do not simply celebrate accomplishments. Actually, the presentation of our SDS a while ago, when she presented the different education performance indicators, we are presenting actually the accomplishments of SDO Benguet in terms of the performance, addressing dropouts, etc. And we are doing fine in Benguet compared to the national data. However, it is still far from what we would like to achieve, especially on performance indicator. I mean achievement, I should say. So again, our coming today is to renew our collective commitment to work together for the continuous advancement of education in the schools division of Benguet. Today's gathering reminds us also that the Brigada Eskwela that we are doing every year, especially the awarding later on, is not merely an annual activity, but it is a continuing movement that embodies the Filipino spirit of bayanihan. Is there a local term for bayanihan in Benguet? Ibaloy, wara? Ato. Sinaalong ibingit, wara dyan. Ano yun? Okay, yung Karkanawi? Sino sinakanuli? Binada, you are correct. So, in this time of, in this activity today, we would like to strengthen that inherited values taught us by our ancestors, that is in Nolong, in Ilocano, where every stakeholder becomes an active partner in shaping the future of our children. So, moving forward, may this day, may this recognition open forum continue to inspire our schools, every partner to sustain and further strengthen this partnership, especially with our local government units, with the national government agencies, private organizations, civic groups, alumni association, parents, volunteers, corporations, and individual benefactors. The awards and recognition bestowed today, after this, should not only serve as symbols of excellence, but also as reminders of our shared responsibility to nurture a culture of collaboration, accountability, and service for every learner. When Mommy's Days is presenting, for example, that there are still 5% who cannot read in Benguet, I hope we have seen that that is not only a responsibility of our teachers, the Department of Education, but I hope every one of us, regardless of where or what agency or what group we belong, but I hope that we have seen that we are part of that accountability if that number will increase. At the same time, we are part of it if we are going to bring that to the figure 0. So again, we envision a more motivated and inspired learners. That's why we are here. And that's what we are looking forward to sustain that inspiration for our students, our teachers, our school heads, and school personnel. Because we know that they are surrounded by stakeholders who genuinely care for their success. Such unwavering support gives hope, builds confidence, and encourages everyone in our schools to strive for excellence. As this partnership continues to flourish, we anticipate improved learner performance, as reflected in the report a while ago, such as increased attendance, stronger school engagement in the holistic development of every Benguet learner. We also look forward to a safer, healthier, more inclusive, and more conducive learning environments where every learner can grow academically. That's what we are looking forward. That our schools will become effective because they are surrounded with stakeholders who are consistent in giving and providing those needed support. In that way, you will grow academically, socially, emotionally, and morally. Beyond improving school facilities, we hope to cultivate communities for volunteerism. And this must be the reason why we are implementing the no collection policy. It is our desire that everyone will volunteer, everyone will contribute in the school, not because there are collections to be done, but because we would like to strengthen that volunteerism, generosity, and shared responsibility to become an enduring values that extend far beyond Brigada Eskwela. Moreover, we hope to expand our partnership in other important areas of education. So ito na yung sagot ko sa katanungan ng ating parents kanina. Mukhang wala na kami dyan sa programa. Mukhang hindi ninyo nakita. So ito na, babangkitin na natin. Yeah, I'm just joking. So, we are looking forward to expand our partnership not only to Brigada Eskwela, but in other areas of education. For example, in school sports program, and music and arts activities. This school year, we are strengthening the organization of school sports club. The Department of Education issued a decree order requiring that every learner in our schools should at least engage in one sport. Do you like that? And that will help address the problem of obesity. Do you know that in Benguet, the number or the pace of obesity is increasing? At home, how many hours are our children spending time looking into their cell phones? Kahit yung mga dito, mga anak ninyo, anong oras na yung cellphones kahit timay sa mga agaw. And that's why, by requiring every learner to have at least one sport, I hope that we are not only separating them from their cell phone, but also to address our cases of obesity. Not only our children, but even everyone in here. Right? Yesterday, how many hours did we spend in your cell phone? 3 hours? Sabi nila, that's the least. And that is alarming, right? But if they know how to play the guitar, if they know how to sing along with karaoke or along with music at home, then that will be a better activity for them. Hindi ba? So again, we are looking forward to partner with us in these areas. How can we contribute in helping every learner to look away from their cell phones and provide them a better alternative, which is music, arts, and sports. Now, this school year, we are also giving top priority to strengthening reading and mathematics programs in our schools. For those of you who are involved in the crafting of the annual implementation plans of the schools, you have seen in those plans that mathematics and reading programs are given emphasis to this school year. We would like that every learner must be able to read, not only read, but to comprehend. Not only read and comprehend, but to do the basics or the fundamentals in mathematics, especially in the elementary. Every child must be able to read, every child must be able to compute. And again, we cannot do this alone. We appreciate very well our parents who are providing additional materials at home to help the children to do maths practice in mathematics and reading. We appreciate some parents who are bringing their children to Kumon. I'm not advertising that Kumon, but that is an excellent learning style of which our students will master the fundamentals in mathematics. I am just citing an example. With your continued support, we are also expanding skill development activities like campus journalism. We would like to strengthen this in every school. Campus journalism, science programs, technical vocational schools. Technical vocational development, especially for our children who is not that gifted much in mathematics in other learning areas. Leadership training and other co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Again, these are avenues of which we need partnership. We are also looking forward to continue to strengthen our partnership with government offices, business establishment, private companies in providing learners with meaningful immersion experiences that will expose them to the real world and better prepare them for their future careers. We are also looking forward for a stronger support for our special education programs. While DepEd has started providing financial assistance for learners with special needs, adami tatadya ko na nga SPED fund which are being given to schools. Mabasit yan ng isupan. And our schools are prioritizing bringing our children with manifestation to be assessed by experts. Now, one of our problems here, especially in our parents, medyo narigat pa lang ma-i-accept some parents on the situation of their children, of which we need the assistance of our parents, so that our children will be assessed. And we are thankful to some of our LGU who are providing funds so that our schools can schedule our learners in the assessment centers. Private gamin ti akan conduct iti assessment kada dijay special learners. We are also funding today. We are giving little funds for isupay for our schools to procure special materials for our special learners. We would like also to address these learners with special needs. Now, we are thinking on how we can support those learners also who are most in need financially. Today, we are having this program initiated by our former Regional Director, Ma'am Estera Carino. If you have heard Salat Nib Nandamnaman, of which it is a program to support those learners to finish their basic schooling. And if possible, see how we can help them to finish, especially their basic education. And we give direct financial or material needs to our learners who are identified, who are very much interested to finish their basic education, but we have financial constraints. And if there are sponsors who would like to sponsor our students, we appreciate, we are very much welcoming, we appreciate your desire to help these learners. We have also partnership with Benguet State University, of which we are channeling these students so that they will continue their higher ed. And BSU is trying their best also to make an arrangement like serving as student assistants in the universities. Perhaps we will expand with what was initiated. This school year, we are also implementing the expanded school-based feeding program to benefit all kinder learners, grade 1 and other priority learners in need of supplementary feeding. Amin ba nga, this school year, our government is spending in Benguet alone 60 million pesos para iti school-based feeding program. Kamti question na kita iyo, ayo, adi pa ida kami kaya luto, para namin ta, encourage tayo, hot meals iti iskilaan. Ano di magatang na iti bread tapos kapan iwarwaras. Kasi kami tinangyari last year. Again, we're encouraging our schools. This is a partnership program. Baka ang schedule na iti parents iti kinder and grade 1 kung sino di apan at prepare iti hot meals iti eskulahan. So, again, our teachers cannot do this alone. That's why today we are, thank you very much parents, and may kayo nagdangal daw. Damdamagan nyo pa yun, kas ano kayo nga tumulong. Baka tumabal na may kayo tumulong at prepare iti pinitikan. Yes, sila. May salang ka dito dyan. But yeah, that is what we are looking forward also. And we hope that this school-based feeding program will help address one of our problems, which is severely wasted. When we say severely wasted, dagit yung nga, dagit kay sobrang malnourished children na dagit eskwelahan. Looking into that this is one of the reasons why our learners are not learning much in school. So it was also mentioned a while ago, and I think we have mentioned this already, the shooting incident in one of the schools in the Visayas, Visayas. This has prompted our schools to strengthen its safety and security. And again, we appreciate our parents and also our law enforcers. We have seen this in many of our schools, partnering, inspecting the bags of our children, buying that metal detector, tapno safety at taptap mayat irinugyan yung madagdagos.